thoughts and beliefs around making or having a lot, I repeat, a lot of money don't support the result of making or having a lot of money, or God forbid, getting rich. Like most beliefs in your life, this way of thinking comes predominantly from where? From past programming. My friends, I don't mean to be rude, but I do mean to be blunt. That's my style, right? Certain ways of thinking work for you. Other ways work what? Against you. And either way, you are an adult now, and you actually have the right and the duty to re-choose. I repeat, re-choose your beliefs. You're allowed to do that based on who you are today and what you want for today and for your tomorrow. Yes or yes? So yeah, maybe in the past you had no real desire for a lot of money or to be rich. For instance, maybe you were taught that you shouldn't want too much, or you're going to be greedy. If you want too much, you're going to be a greedy person. Now, that's the exact scarcity mentality that keeps people broke. It infers that if I have more, someone else will have what? Less. Let me just say this. That is absolutely ludicrous. The arithmetic just doesn't add up, mostly because there's hundreds and hundreds of trillions of dollars in the economy right now, meaning there's more than enough for everyone who's willing to earn it. Yes or yes? Now, of course, there's some people who believe that the answer to the world's problems is redistribution, as in, let's make it fair and start all over again and take all the money in the world and redistribute it evenly so that every single person has the same amount. And you know what? That's great. But you forget about one tiny little thing, that people's beliefs, knowledge, and skill, and especially their financial, career, and business beliefs, knowledge, and skills, as well as their willingness to work hard, are not equal. I repeat, those things are not equal. And so, within 5 years, all the money would be back in its original hands. Because it's not about the money, it's about the people. And you having more does not, I repeat, does not prevent anyone else from having more too. Because as I said, there's plenty of money to go around if you are ready and able and willing to do what it takes to earn it. True or true. So, we're going to do a declaration together to ingrain this much more, I hope you agree, much more empowering belief. Here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to put your hand on your heart so you can feel your own vibration. And please repeat after me. Here we go. There's plenty of money for everyone. Again, there's plenty of money for everyone. Now repeat. I make a lot of money and I help a lot of people. All right, good job. Well done. All right, let's cover another disastrous belief that's very prominent out there. Okay, this is a biggie. And that's the idea that, well, money's not important, especially because other things are much more important in life. Yes? For example, that money is not as important as say love. And you know what? In general, that's probably true. But let me ask you this. Why the comparison? What's more important, your arm or your leg? Maybe they're both important in what they do, and they're not important in what they don't do. True or true? And if you're not sure about this, here's a little exercise. Why don't you go down to the bank and try to deposit some love and see what happens? Just say to the bank, tell her, hi there, I want to deposit some love. You know what's going to happen? She's going to start screaming for the police, and you're going to be arrested and thrown in jail. That's how important love is at a bank, okay? Bottom line, if money is not important to you, I'm sorry, but you won't have much of it. So let's ingrain that with a declaration. Please put your hand on your heart so you can feel the vibration of these words and repeat after me. Money is important to me. Love is important to me. Health is important to me. Happiness is important to me. They are all important to me. All right? Now, repeat after me. I make a lot of money and help a lot of people. Good job. Well done. Okay. So, it all boils down to this. If you want to make a lot, what's the word? A lot of money, or even get rich, you will have to stop believing all the disempowering bullcrap you've heard about money and wealth. If you want to make a lot of money or get rich, you'll have to stop listening to broke people. If you want to make a lot of money or get rich, you will have to choose beliefs that are supportive to making a lot of money and getting rich. Yes or yes or yes. All right. We're ingraining a lot of stuff here, so I like to do that with these declarations. Please put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. I choose beliefs that are supportive to my success. Again, repeat. I choose beliefs that are supportive to my success. Now repeat after me this. I make a lot of money and help a lot of people. All right, good job. Okay then, let's go to step number 2. Now, as you might expect, it's important to understand money if you're going to have a lot of it, right? So first we need to clear up a misconception. People ask me all the time, Harv, how do I make money? How do I make money? And there's a problem in their question, because guess what? The only people who actually make money, well, they work at the mint. The rest of us have to what? We have to earn money. What's the word? Earn money. And yes, we use the word make in the title of this class, but that's just because even though it's inaccurate, it's what most people relate to. Yes or yes? Okay, so how do you earn money? Well, the next thing to understand is, well, where do you get all your money from? Right? And the question is very interesting, because I get all kinds of answers in my live seminars. You get your money from the bank, from my job, my business. I get my money from the universe, or from God, or is it the trees? No, it's none of those things. There's only one. How many? One. How many? One. How many? One. One element on this entire earth that uses the currency called money. And what's that element? People. You therefore have to get all of your money from what? Other people. Yes or yes? All right. So here's a good question. Why would anyone give you their money? Well, why would you give someone your money? Okay. Before we answer, let's backtrack just a little bit. Okay. Whether you realize this or not, there are how many? Two primary motivators. Do you know what they are? One is to gain pleasure. The other is to what? Avoid pain. And here's a question. Which of these would you guess is the stronger motivator? The gaining pleasure or the avoiding pain? Let me give you a clue. One is a luxury. The other is a necessity. One is a nice to have. The other is a what? A have to have. So, in my experience, avoiding or relieving pain is definitely much stronger as a motivator. Which means the bottom line reason for people to give you their money is because they want you to do what? Solve a pain for them. Basically, to solve a problem for them. Yes or yes. Now, it could be a big problem, like, maybe they have severe back pain. Or it could be a little problem, like they're a bit bored or lonely and they want to have a drink with friends at a bar, a juice bar, of course. Please listen extra closely to this, because understanding this is going to make or break your financial life. Are you listening? Go like this. Okay, here we go. The definition of an entrepreneur or a person in business or even a person in a job is a person who, listen closely, and again, write this down if you can, solves problems for people at a profit or for pay. Let me repeat that. The definition of an entrepreneur or a person in business or a person in a job is a person who solves problems for people at a profit or for pay. So what are you? I'm saying it again. What are you? Say this with me, please. I am a problem solver. Again, I am a problem solver. And how do you earn money? You understand this now, right? How do you earn money? You earn money by what? Solving problems for people. Yes or yes? And that's step number 2. Understanding that you earn money by solving problems for people. Not because you're good looking, not because you're smart, not because you're skilled, not because you have a good job or business. Those might all be tools, but they're not how you earn money. You get paid by solving what? Problems. What's the word? Problems. What's the word? Problems for who? People. All right, so let's do this declaration to ingrain this principle down deep into our body and our heart, okay? Again, put your hand on your heart, repeat after me. I earn money by solving problems for people. Again, repeat. I earn money by solving problems for people. Now, here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They want to have money, so they focus on what? Money, okay? It's obvious, money, right? Let me say this loud and clear. Focusing on money will not earn you money. Why is that? Because remember, money is a what? Money is a result. What's the word? Result. Meaning if you want to make money, do not put your attention on trying to make or even earn money. Don't even look for good opportunities. I want to share something. I think this will be helpful to you directly from our $1 Million Business Secrets program. And I've been told it's one of the best business programs on the planet. So please listen closely. And again, if you're in a position to do it, write this down. Ready? Here goes. Instead of looking for opportunities, from now on, I want you to actually look for problems. Why? Because on the other side of a problem is the opportunity to what? Solve that problem. And when you solve that problem, you earn what? Money. Yes or yes. By the way, this also holds true if you're in a job. Let me ask you this question. If you're in a job, why do you think you are being paid by your company? Now, I know it's because you're just wonderful, right? Right, that's true, I agree. But why else? Because you are what? Solving a problem for that company. Let me ask you this. Would there be an issue at all if you left tomorrow and that position wasn't filled and your tasks and your responsibilities weren't being handled at all? Would the company be missing something it needs to eventually help its clients? I hope you said yes, because if you said no, then you are not needed, and I guarantee you will be gone as soon as your company finds out that you're not needed. True or true? Okay. Let's do this as a declaration. Ready? Here we go. Put your hand on your heart. Repeat after me. I am a problem solver. Again, here we go. I am a problem solver. Now let's repeat all together. I make a lot of money and I help a lot of people. All right, good job. Okay, how you doing so far? You all right? You're with me here? This is really important, so stay with it. All right. Now that you know that you get paid for solving problems, and that's what your focus should be on, the next step is to determine what problem you actually solve for people. Yes? And that, my friends, is step number 3. Here we go. For a lot of you, this is your biggest challenge. What should I be doing with my life? What's my purpose? What's the best career or business for me? How can I enjoy my work? All great questions. And the answer lies, now listen closely here, where your heart, your head, and your hands all meet together. All right, let me explain. Let's start with the heart. It's very important that you solve a problem that you actually care about, one that means something to you, one that you're passionate about and helping other people's with. And this is also where knowing your purpose and mission in life comes in. Why? Because that's where meaning and fulfillment comes from. The key is whatever problem you are solving has to be what? Important to you, or what's going to happen? People will smell that you don't really care about helping them, and they won't what? Trust you, and consequently they won't what? Buy from you. You know, often the problem you solve for people, it comes from very often like a pain or problem that you personally had and you overcame, and now you're able to help others with, yes? And you know, I'm not saying you have to be perfect yet in that arena, but you may have had some success, and that actually gives you the right to what? Help others. For example, I really believe, again, hindsight's 20/20, but I really believe one of the reasons that I'm highly successful in what I do is because I had so much financial pain myself for over 14 years. It was the worst time of my life. I'm going to give you more details about it later, but I'll tell you this. At that time, I swore that if I ever succeed, I'll help others do the same. And that is why I do what I do now, good or good. Okay, let's talk about the head and the hands now, all right? The head refers to your what? Your knowledge. And the hands refer to your what? Your skills. It is very important to choose a problem, listen closely now everybody, that you really have the ability to solve or at least help people to improve. Maybe you have a natural talent in this area. Maybe you've attained extensive knowledge in this arena, or maybe you've developed skills in this specific area. Bottom line, you, listen closely, please. Every one of these is important, but there are pieces of this that you've really got to get. The only reason I'm saying this and emphasizing it, because most people don't. Remember, I have 2 million students. I see what they know, what they don't, what they count. Most people just don't get these things. You will, okay? Bottom line again, is you or your product have to be good at solving the problem, and your solution actually has to work for people in the real world. In short, the quality and the value of what you do has to really be there, or what? People won't buy it. And if they do, and it's not good or it doesn't work for them, they won't buy from you again, and neither will any of their friends. True or true? So, as to what problem is best for you to solve for people, it has to be an area you personally care about. It has to be something that you or your product or service are good at. And it really, really, really has to work and solve that problem for people. In short, step number 3 is that you must choose a vehicle that combines your purpose, your passion, and your prowess. Yes or yes. Now, of course, there's another side to this, and that's your clients or your customer side, right? Because it's one thing to be passionate about what you offer and be great at it, but that's all completely useless if nobody wants or needs it, right? That's called what? Demand. What the marketplace wants. So let's make sure we add this to the equation, meaning the best vehicle for you is going to be one where your purpose, your passion, your knowledge, and your skills all meet what? The demand of the market. What the marketplace wants. By the way, notice I said what they want, not necessarily what they need. And by the way, this is one of the biggest distinctions you have to understand if you ever want to create real wealth in the real world. Either way, finding the right vehicle at the right time is an entire topic in itself. And for those of you who are interested, you can check out our Get Rich Doing What You Love program. That is the system. Everything's in there that worked and created a miracle for me in my life. So let's do this declaration together. Again, put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. I help people with what I care about, what I know about, what I'm good at, and what they want. Again, repeat after me. I help people with what I care about, what I know about, what I'm good at, and what they want. Now repeat, I make a lot of money and help a lot of people. Good job. Okay, next. Once you know what problem you help people with, it is imperative you master the next step, which is step number 4. You got it. All right. You must articulate the problem you solve clearly and concisely. Okay, all right. The number one reason most people don't succeed in business is because they don't what? Promote themselves well. You know that. And the number one reason they don't promote themselves well is because they usually don't know exactly what pain or problem they actually solve for people. And because they don't know themselves, they can't articulate it to the people who have this problem. And so, of course, those people never show up and never come and never buy, right? All right. I want to make sure you are learning a lot in this class. So I'm going to give you a wealth producing principle that comes directly from our $1 Million Business Secrets program. All right, listen closely. It's super important. And again, if you can write it down, please do so. Here it is. People are only going to ask 2 questions. Okay, when it comes to buying things, 2 questions. How many? 2. All right. The first is this. Why should I buy this? All right, why should I buy this? In other words, what they're asking is, what specific problem will you solve for me? So it's imperative that you are able to create a clear and concise message that tells people exactly what problem you solve for them. Yes or yes. Don't be vague. Get right to the pain, all right? Let me give you some examples. I'll keep it super short so you understand what I'm saying. If you are sick of looking at your balding head in the mirror, we can help. Call 1-800-222-1000. All right, simple. Another example. If you are embarrassed by your weight, we can help you. Go to www.beautifulbody.com. Or how about this example? If you are tired of struggling to make more money, we can solve that problem. Go to www.moneynow.com. Do you see how crystal clear those are? So here's the steps. Listen closely. State the exact problem. Don't be afraid to do that. State their feelings around that problem. That's critical because that's their real problem, all right? It's not that they don't necessarily, that they have a balding head. It's that how they feel about their balding head, yes? Tell them you can help. That's what they want to know from you. And tell them how to contact you. Keep it simple, good or good. All right, now of course, you might expand on a few things, but don't go overboard so that the message gets clouded, right? That's what most people do. All right, here's then the declaration for step number 4. Again, put your hand on your heart so you can feel your own vibration and repeat after me. I clearly articulate the problem I solve for people. Again, here we go. I clearly articulate the problem I solve for people. Now let's repeat. I make a lot of money and help a lot of people. All right, good job. All right, time for step number 5. Here we go. And that's the answer to the second question that they're asking. So again, do you remember what the first question was? It's a test, right? What was it? It was, why should I buy this? And therefore the second question is going to be, here it is, drum roll. Here we go. Why should I buy this from you? From you. So now that I know you can solve or improve my problem, the next thing I want to know is, how will you solve it differently and better than anyone else? And that's step number 5. You must be unique and different. It is imperative that you have a unique way of solving the problem that is different than everyone else who is also claiming to solve that problem. So, Maybe it's the kind of product that you have, or it might be the convenience that you offer, or the speed of what you provide, or the service you provide, or your special care, or your special service, or maybe it's your unique experience that you have and your unique expertise. Either way, listen to this. If they can get their problem solved just as easily and just as well by someone else in the same market as you, you're going to have a tough time being successful. You must make yourself different. And that doesn't just come in time. In our Wealthy Marketer program, we teach a lot about setting your business and product up from the very beginning. What's the word? Beginning. So that it is different than anyone else in the marketplace. It doesn't just fall on your head. It's an intentional plan. It's a conscious creation. And the most important part is that your uniqueness, now listen closely everybody, because this is a big issue. Most people blow it right here. Your uniqueness needs to be a major benefit to your customer. Again, it's critical, and it's where so many people go wrong. So I'm going to say this again. Your uniqueness, your difference must be a major benefit to your customer. Most people, what do? They design their whole business around themselves. It's like all about me. This is what I got. You should buy it. No. Okay? And whatever your specialty is, whatever your uniqueness is, it's got to be important to them. They're the ones giving you their hard-earned dollars. All right. So again, sure, you have to deliver on it. But again, it's not about you. It's about them, your client, your customer, the person giving you their what? Money. Let me pass along another principle from the Wealthy Marketer course. The more you can look at everything through your customer's eyes, the faster you can become rich. True or true? So again, step number 5 is that the way you solve the problem must be different and unique. And one more thing, you must be able to express that difference. Again, if you cannot articulate your uniqueness in a way that attracts people, what's the use of having it? My friends, if you want to do well, you must become a master at communication, articulating who you are, what problem you solve, and how you're different, good or good. All right, let's do this important declaration. Put your hand on your heart so you can feel the vibration of these words and repeat after me. I make my business, product, or service different than anyone else. Again, I make my business, product, or service different than anyone else. Now let's repeat. I make a lot of money and help a lot of people. Okay, good job. All right, time for step number 6. Here we go. Okay, so now you know how to make money, right? You go out and you find one single person, one, with a problem, and you solve that problem for this one single person, and they're very happy and they pay you. Now you have made, or rather earned, money. Yes or yes? So let's do an example here. Let's say you earned $100 for helping this one person. Let's just use that number because it's easy, okay? So one person times $100 equals what? $100 earned. Yes or yes? All right. So now you know how to earn one unit of money. In this case, the $100, right? One money. Here we go. One money. Great. Here's a question. How do you earn some money? Okay, you know how to do one money. How do you earn some money? Same formula. You find some people with that same problem, and you solve that problem for them, and they are very happy, and they pay you, and now you have earned what? Some money. So in this case, maybe you help 10 people in a day. Okay, so now that's 10 people, right? Times 100 is $1,000 that you've earned. Yes or yes? Okay, good. So now we've earned what? Some money. Simple, right? All right, here we go. Get revved up. This is gonna be a good one. So now, How do you earn a lot of money? And the answer, of course, is in the words a lot. So we do the exact same what? Formula. If you want to earn a lot of money, all you have to do is solve that same problem for who? A lot of people. Yes or yes or yes. Now let me ask you, how many of you would want to help more people than less people? Most people, right? If you're listening to this, I would think so. And that's great. So now, instead of helping one person in a day, or even 10 people in a day, your intention is to now help what? 100 people in a day. So 100 people times $100 earned is how much? $10,000. Let me ask you a simple question. How many of you could handle making $10,000 a day? Well, I'm sure a lot of you said yeah, sure, of course. But for most people, it's impossible. And here's why. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are a massage therapist, and you are truly gifted. In a 1-hour session, you can heal anybody. And you are great. You are great at articulating this. And so everybody knows about you, and you actually have 200 people lined up outside your door waiting for you. What do? You shoot yourself because you can't do it. You can't physically do 200 massages a day. So you are stuck. You're stuck at the number of massages you can physically do because you have set your business up in a way where you have to personally, let me repeat that, personally be the one solving the problem for the problem to be solved. And this is the same problem almost all personal service company owners have. And the same problem almost all employees have, in that if you have to be there for the product or service to be provided, you are limited in the number of people you can help. And therefore, you are limited in your what? Your income. Again, I want to give you as much value as I possibly can here. So here is another life-changing principle directly from our $1 Million Business Secrets program. And again, if you're in a position to do so, please do yourself a favor and write this down. Wealth rule number 1. Here it is. No limits on your income. I'm going to repeat that. No limits on your income. That means that if you are getting paid in any way, shape, or form for your time, what's the word? Your what? Time. Because there are only 24 hours in your day, your time is then what? Limited. And therefore, so is your what? Income. And you have broken wealth rule number 1. Okay, so what's the answer? The answer is step number 6. And here it is. This is critical, and hardly anybody does it. Systemize. You must systemize the process of how you solve the problem so that it can be done without you. It could be delivered with a product or with technology or by having it provided by other people such as employees or partners or affiliates or subcontractors or whatever or whoever, as long as you don't have to be there for the problem to be solved. I'm a big believer that a good teacher should walk their talk. So let me give you a personal example. My live programs are held in over 20 different countries. And I actually have 7 other trainers that travel all around the globe to teach them. And on an average weekend, there must be somewhere at least 3 or 4 of my live programs going on somewhere in the world. And here's the cool thing. I'm not at any of them, because the program and the delivery of the program and the operations around the program are all set up in a what? A system. What's the word? System that does not need me to work. And that, my friends, has a name. Can you guess what it is? It's called freedom. Freedom of choice. I can teach a course or not, and it makes no difference to the success of the business. And here's the cool thing. Instead of making less money, I actually earn a lot more money because of it. And so I'm teaching you to do exactly what I do and works in the real world, good or good. So, can you now see the importance of systemizing so that the problem can be solved without you being there? And so, can you now see that you must, here's the words, listen closely please, listen closely here, replace yourself. You must replace yourself. Again, if you have to personally be there for the problem to be solved or the value to be delivered, you are proverbially screwed. And here's the worst part. So are the possibly thousands of people who need your help. Remember, the entire objective of this class was to teach you how to make a lot of money and, what's the word, and help a lot of people. A lot of people. And if you have to be there for the value to be delivered, you cannot help a lot of people, and that sucks for everybody. True or true? Here's our declaration. Please put your hand on your heart and repeat with me. I create a system so the problem can be solved without me. Repeat again. I create a system so the problem can be solved without me. Okay, now let's repeat together. I make a lot of money and help a lot of people. All right, good job. And now we can go back to the word a lot. Remember, when we help a lot of people, we get paid what? A lot of money. And because now we have a what? A system that works without us, we are able to do step number 7. And step number 7 is, write this down please, to duplicate. To duplicate. And so we duplicate our system, our way of solving the problem without us, again and 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 again. And this is how we help not 1 or 10 or 100, but maybe 1,000 people or more every day. Again, in my own example, instead of the value being delivered daily, there are several courses delivered each week. So bottom line, we might average maybe over 100,000 clients/students a year, good or good. And that, my friends, is how to make a lot of money and help a lot of people. Great or great or great or great or great. Okay, so let's put our hand on our heart and do the declaration together. Here we go. I duplicate my system again and again and again and again. Come on, keep going with me. And again and again and again, and gotta ingrain this. And again and again and again and again. Repeat after me. I make a lot of money and help a lot of people. All right, good job. Okay, so is this all making sense to you? It's simple, right? But simple isn't always easy, is it? There's no question that the formula works. The big question is, do you work? And more importantly, will you do the work? Will you do what it takes to make this happen? And so, step number 8 is the ability to take action. What's the word? Action. So, what usually holds people back from taking action? One word: fear. Fear. How many of you would agree that fear and doubt and worry are among our greatest obstacles to both success and happiness? And so, in order to make a lot of money and help a lot of people, we must be able to overcome what? Fear. And since fear is such a huge obstacle for everyone, it's imperative that we understand it. All right, question. What's the definition of fear? Now, in my live seminars, a lot of people yell out, false evidence appearing real. And that's great, but that's not a definition. It's an acronym, okay? The actual definition of fear is, write this down, please, anticipation of pain. Repeat, anticipation of pain. Now, here's a question. When is anticipation? Is it past? Is it present? Or is it future? Anticipation is in the future. And here's another question. Is future real or is it imagined? It's imagined. It's not real. And not sure if that's true? Well, let's do a little experiment. We'll find out. I really want you to do this experiment with me. Are you ready? So just do it. Like, get ready to do it. Here we go. Please raise your hand tomorrow. Did you try? Try it again. Okay. Please raise your hand tomorrow. How'd you do? You can't do it, right? Why? Because tomorrow doesn't exist in reality. Tomorrow only exists in your mind. And the same goes for fear. Because fear is in the future. It only exists in our what? Mind. Want proof? Let's say I give two people the task of making a speech in front of 1,000 people. One of those people might be thrilled and the other might be petrified. Where's the fear? If it was real, it would be real for both, right? But it's not. It only exists in the second person's mind. All right, so let's talk about the mind. Your mind has a very specific job. Do you know what it is? It's survival. And therefore, its primary role in your life is protection. The mind is like a sentry on a ship. It's not the captain of the ship. It's not the happiness director, and it's not the success director. It is the sentry. And tell me, what is the sentry's job? To be the what? Lookout, to warn of what? Danger. That's why it's constantly scanning for what's wrong or what could go wrong in any situation. And it wants to do a good job and feel important. So it's always screaming, look out, be careful, trouble over here, trouble over there. Meanwhile, everything's just fine. You can compare your mind to an over-worried mother. It has good intentions, but it will drive you freaking crazy if you keep listening to it. Yes or yes. Do you know the mind's favorite phrase? 2 words. You want to guess what they are? What if? What if this happens? What if that happens? Notice, what if is when, past, present, or future. It's in the future, meaning it's just what? Imagination. My friends, your mind is the greatest soap opera script writer in history. It creates incredible stories, usually dramas and disasters, based on things that most likely never occur. Mark Twain, he said it best. He said, I've had thousands and thousands of problems in my life, most of which never actually happened. And so the secret is to realize that you don't have to believe your own mind. You don't have to believe the voice in your own head. You don't have to believe your own thinking. You can simply observe it and say, thank you for sharing, and then take the necessary action. And one of the biggest mistakes most people make is waiting for the feeling of fear and that mental chatter to subside before acting. And you know what? These people usually wait forever. We teach a life-changing program called The Secrets of Inner Power. And in that program, there is a saying that the true warrior can tame the cobra of fear. It doesn't say kill the cobra. It doesn't say get rid of the cobra. It says what? Tame the cobra of fear. My friends, it is not necessary to try and get rid of fear in order to succeed. The fact is that rich and successful people have fear. Rich and successful people have doubts. Rich and successful people have worries. They just don't let those feelings stop them. Unsuccessful people have those fears too, but they let those feelings stop them. And therefore, the key to success is to learn to act in spite of fear. I'll say it again. Act in spite of fear. And to do that, you have to train or retrain yourself, and then you have to practice. Yes or yes or yes. Okay, let's do this declaration together. Please put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. I act in spite of fear. I act in spite of doubt. I act in spite of worry. Let's do it again. This is important. I act in spite of fear. I act in spite of doubt. I act in spite of worry. Now let's repeat all together. I make a lot of money and help a lot of people. Good job, everybody. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 8 steps to make a lot of money and help a lot of people. So now you know what to do, yes? And that's great, but that also leads to a big, big problem. Because as I'm sure you'll agree, there is a huge, what's the word? Huge difference between knowing what to do and knowing how to do it. I repeat, how to do it. And that, my friends, is the difference between a lifetime of success and a lifetime of struggle. And this is where most people make their biggest mistake. They are what I call dabblers. They only have very superficial knowledge on a topic. And unfortunately, they never succeed. Okay, so who does succeed? Masters succeed. People who go deep. People who really learn their craft and understand not just what to do, but how to do it in a way that works in the real world. And that's exactly why I created 4 life-changing programs that will teach you exactly how to do each part of this step by step by step. In these programs, I share with you the exact methods that made me a multi-millionaire. And if you learn these strategies and most importantly, you use them, you will abso-freaking-lutely make a lot of money and help a lot of people, good or good. And so if it's okay with you, I'm going to share a little bit about each program, and at the same time, I want to continue to teach you several more critical success principles. And before I'm done, I'm going to do something so radical, that you're either going to think that I'm nuts or that I'm the worst business person on the planet. All I can say is that this is one of the methods that made me rich. And if you model me, it will be exactly how you get rich too. So make absolutely certain you stay to the end. Yes or yes? So you're ready? All right, let's go. The first program is called $1 Million Business Secrets. How to create wealth in any business you choose in 3 years or less. You know, I have a very simple philosophy, and that is, if you're going to work hard anyways, you might as well get rich, and the quicker the better. And if that resonates with you, then this program is going to totally change your life. The program has actually 4 parts to this program, each of which could really be in its own full course. All right. The first part is called Guerrilla Wealth Tactics. Here, you're going to learn exactly how to turn your business into an automatic money machine and set yourself up for a lifetime of passive income and the freedom that goes with that. Next, you're going to learn my street smart financing methods, how to get the startup or operating capital you need whenever you need it. I'm going to show you how I've raised $50,000 to $500,000 over and over and over again without asking anybody to finance anything. In addition, I will teach you how to actually make money. Let me repeat that. Make money while you're raising money. I promise you're going to be blown away when you hear this. All right. The next part of the program is called Secrets of Negotiations. In the $1 Million Business Program, you're going to learn the 14, how many? 14 most powerful, most effective win-win negotiation techniques in existence. And this includes an amazing, incredible, phenomenal 7-word strategy that works virtually every time to get you what you want, all right? All I can say is when you hear these 7 words, you're going to go, oh my God, that makes total sense. But hardly anybody uses them, right? All right. The third section of the course is crucial. Now, Howard Ruff, one of the wealthiest people in history, he said this. He said, if I could only teach my children one thing, it would be the skill of marketing. For with that skill, they could be successful in anything they choose. So the third part of $1 Million Business Secrets is dedicated to teaching you the ultimate marketing strategy, where you will become, listen closely now, a marketing wizard in 90 minutes flat. Good or good? Okay, the fourth part of the program is called How to Generate $1 Million Ideas Every 60 Seconds. You heard me right. Every 60 seconds. Here, you're going to learn how to find and create dozens of sizzling hot business opportunities, any of which will make you rich. Again, this strategy works anytime, anywhere, in any industry. Great or great. You know, as best-selling author Robert Kiyosaki puts it, he says, if you're in business and not earning at least $250,000 a year net, there are some things you don't know. What I say is this: if you're not earning at least $1 million a year, you heard me correctly, $1 million a year, you are wasting your precious time and your life energy. The goal of $1 Million Business Secrets is for you to learn to earn a minimum of $1 million a year. In fact, this program actually comes with an actual step-by-step template that you follow called How to Make $1 Million a Year. Good or good? And again, for those of you who don't know me all that well, I've been known to earn that amount in a single weekend. So I think I might have some things to teach you about that. Yes or yes? Okay, so we've been discussing $1 Million Business Secrets. Now, let me ask you, of all the elements in business, which do you think is the most important element? And some of you are going to guess, well, they're all important. And you know what? You're right. You're correct. They are. If you want to earn a living. But in my experience, if you want to earn a lot, again, a lot of money and have any chance of really getting rich, there's one part of business that stands heads and shoulders above the rest. And it's called marketing. And that's why I created a phenomenal program called The Wealthy Marketer, Marketing Secrets that will make you rich. And yes, we definitely cover several elements of marketing in the $1 Million Business Secrets program that I just described. And they are essential. But what did I just say a minute ago? I said that if you master, what's the word? Master this part, you will get rich. And so that's why I needed to create a full-on course that specialized only on high-level, high-income, wealth-producing marketing. In the Wealthy Marketer program, I will be working directly with you on determining your best target markets, including lucrative specialty markets, articulating your message powerfully. We talked about that in the webinar. That's incredibly important. Your copywriting for your ads, your sales letters, your emails, your website copy, and even if you use brochures for that too. Your upsells, your downsells, your cross-sells, your bundles, your back-end offers. Your company name and tagline that actually attracts people instead of putting them to sleep. Answering the critical question, why, remember this question that we talked about, why should I buy this from you? And making sure that you are not only unique and different, but that people won't even think of buying from anyone else. I'm also going to work with you on articulating your heart story, which, by the way, hardly anyone has, and yet it's the key element in the purchase decision. I'm also going to teach you exactly how to create what we call an irresistible offer that virtually forces people to buy. Good or good? In addition, I'll work with you on developing your back end of your sales funnel. Here's something you actually have to know. Remember, I said I was going to mention, I was going to teach you in addition to this. Listen closely. You have to understand this. In business, the headaches are in the front end of the business, but the money is in the back end of the business. And for those of you who might not be all that familiar with the term, the back end is what you offer and sell to people who are already your customers and your clients. You know what? That is the lowest hanging fruit in your business. And if you do this exactly as I teach you to do it, you will not only get rich, you will get rich quickly. Great. I'll also work with you on your joint venture and your endorsed mailer setup, your continuity program, your referral program, and creating a frequent buyers incentive program that keeps your customers coming back again and 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 again. My friends, we just identified 21 critical elements of business and marketing, and I've got to be blunt with you. If you're not a master in each and every one of these elements, you are costing yourself a fortune, and worse than that, you will work 10 times harder and for 20 to 30 years longer than you need to. All because you never knew what you needed to know in order to succeed. Okay? So that is the Wealthy Marketer Program. All right. Next, remember how we discussed the importance of being in the right vehicle? Making sure that you are providing a product or service that is in line with your purpose, your passion, your knowledge, your skills, and what the market actually wants and will pay you for. That's why I created a truly life-altering program called Get Rich Doing What You Love. How to find your purpose, live your passion, and create wealth. This, my friends, is the program that completely changed my life. Here, I will help you discover what you are truly passionate about, exactly why you are here on this earth right now, and how to package those up in a way that creates wealth. There will be no more doubt. You will finally know your true direction, and you will be absolutely certain about it. Now, in the first section of this course, I'll be working with you on a series of clearing exercises to remove your blocks so that there's nothing stopping you from seeing what is deep in your heart and in your soul. In the next section, well, that's all about self-discovery. Here, I'm going to walk you through various exercises to uncover your real dreams, not someone else's dreams, your dreams. And your desires, and your inborn strengths and skills, your true natural talents, your hidden interests, your true passion, and a lot more. The third part of this program, well, that's all about your life purpose, your mission. Here, we're going to work with 17. How many? 17 very, very powerful guidelines to uncover the true reason you're actually on this earth right now. Then we're going to work together with my 4-step template to create what we call a personal mission statement that articulates your purpose clearly and concisely in a way that you truly resonate with. I promise you, this will be something that you look at every day for the rest of your life. I do, because it's going to give you both direction and motivation. Both of those are critical when it comes to success and keeping on going when you have to keep going, good or good. Okay, the final section of this program is where I will show you exactly, and this is critical here, this is key, this is what nobody else does. I'm going to show you exactly how to package what you love to do and what you're here to do into a vehicle that can make you rich, great or great. I'll tell you what, it is incredibly fulfilling to be able to really help other people and yet do so in a way that is financially successful for yourself and your family as well. I hope you agree. That's pretty well the perfect life, yes? And that's what is waiting for you with the Get Rich Doing What You Love program. It is a life game changer. Okay, we've talked a lot about being super successful, making a lot of money, and creating wealth. So even with the right vehicle and the right knowledge and all that, do you think it's going to be easy? Unfortunately, not in my experience. How many of you would agree there might be some challenges along the way, some obstacles along the way, and maybe even some tough times along the way? And that's where the right you comes in. To succeed at the highest level, you have to have the courage, the fortitude, and the inner strength to be able to overcome any obstacle that gets in your way. True or true? And that's exactly why I created a program that now has become world famous. It's called The Secrets of Inner Power: How to Master Your Mind, Build Your Character, and Succeed No Matter What. And if it's okay with you, I'd actually like to read you part of an article that was written about the program. Listen closely. This course is a strengthening. It's about challenging your beliefs and your limitations. It's about being a rock solid, highly independent individual who can stand on his or her own 2 feet, not be needy, not be lacking, and not have to take any crap from anyone. It's about living from purpose and joy versus approval and obligation. It's about coming from strength versus weakness, courage versus fear, and your heart versus only your head. It's about discovering your true power and learning to access that power at will, good or good. With the Secrets of Inner Power program, you will learn how to massively increase your inner strength and confidence, good or good. You will learn how to be much more focused and clear, good or good. You will stop needing other people's approval and start approving of yourself, good or good. And you will learn to tame your mind and train it to actually become your best friend and work for you instead of against you, good or good. You know, in this course, you're going to learn how to take action in spite of fear, action in spite of doubt, action in spite of worry. You're going to learn specific strategies to overcome any obstacle that is in your way. Now, let me ask you a question. If you know how to overcome any obstacle, what can stop you? Here's the easy answer: nothing. And if nothing can stop you, you become what? You become unstoppable. And then you have a real choice. Choice of what? Anything. Bottom line, the program is transformational. You just cannot be the same person starting it as you will be when you complete it, good or good. And so that's the secrets of inner power. Okay, so let's be honest. Come on, there's a good chance that if you're listening to this class, it's because you are not yet where you want to be in your life, especially maybe in your financial life, true or true. So tell me, what is it that's going to make the difference? You know, as the saying goes, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you always got. So you have to do something different, yes or yes. But here's the question: how can you do anything different if you don't know how to do it? And that's why I wrote these 4 courses. Each of them has changed the lives of thousands and thousands of people, and they will change your life too. Okay, so how are the programs delivered? Well, they're delivered as a weekly download, so you can basically go at your own pace and start just as soon as you are ready. Okay, so how much are these programs? Well, when each of these courses was taught live, the average program was 4 very, very full days long, and the average price was between $3,000 and $4,000. And from what people said, they were worth a lot more than that. But you know what? As good as these courses were and are, the cost and the amount of time really limited the amount of people that could participate. And so I decided to put these programs online so that more people could learn faster and more conveniently. Online is also a lot less expensive for me to produce, yes? And so instead of charging the usual $3,000 or $4,000 for each program, I can offer each course online for less than half of that price, which is only $14.95. Good or good? And remember, I said I was still going to do something totally radical. Radical, yes? So stay tuned. All right, so now it's up to you. Do you want to get the $1 Million Business Secrets program, where I will actually give you my fill in the blank, step-by-step template for earning $1 million a year and learn the hidden secrets of how to get rich in business? Do you want to get the Wealthy Marketer program, where you will master the art of marketing to virtually guarantee that you will succeed in any business that you choose for the rest of your life? Do you want to get the Get Rich Doing What You Love course, where you will get totally clear on your purpose, your passion, the problem you are meant to solve, and how to blend all of this together in a way that creates wealth? Do you want to get the Secrets of Inner Power program, where you will learn to master your mind, build your character, and overcome any obstacle and succeed no matter what? Again, each of these programs retails online for less than half of the live seminar price at only $14.95. But before you make up your mind, I want to remind you that I spent over 14 years of my adult life being broker than broke. There were more nights than I care to remember where I had to choose between putting $5 of gas in my car or having dinner that night. And there were way too many nights where I had to choose the gas and I had no dinner. There were way too many days where I had no money for lunch and no money for breakfast and no money for rent and no money for anything. I was destitute. And trust me, I was trying. I mean, during that time, I started business after business after business, but none of them worked out. And here's the weird thing. I was reading all the business and personal development books. I was listening to all the tapes and going to all the seminars that I could, and I was still broke. And I remember sitting on a chair in the back of my parents' condo where I was living because I couldn't afford my own place. And I remember tears were streaming down my face because my fourth business of the year had just gone down the drain. I remember feeling utterly disappointed, not just in the business, but in myself. And at that point, I for some reason looked up to the heavens and I made a vow. And I said that if I somehow make it, I make it, I promise I will teach other people to do the same. And my friends, that's why I wrote these programs, to keep my promise and pass this hard-earned knowledge on to others. And that's why it is so important to me that every one of you get these programs. And so to make absolutely sure that you can get them, I'm going to do whatever I can do to help you. And so I'm going to do two things. The first one, I can do for all of you. The second one, I can only do for a very few of you. And you'll hear why. All right, listen closely, very closely. Okay, first, as I mentioned, all 4 of these courses, when taught live, sell for between $3,000 and $4,000, depending on the program. I'm already giving them to you online for less than half price, which is only $14.95. But to make sure you get at least one of these courses, I am going to take another $500 off, meaning that you can get either $1 Million Business Secrets, or the Wealthy Marketer, or Get Rich Doing What You Love, or the Secrets of Inner Power right now for only $9.95 each. And I hope you appreciate that. Now, here is the second thing I'm going to do. I know because of my own experience and the experience of thousands of my students that you absolutely have to have every one of these programs, all of it. There's none that you can leave out, or it's just not going to work the same. It would be like having one leg or one arm. Yeah, you could live, but it's just not the same life, right? Now, do you recall at the beginning when I said that I'm going to do something where you either think that I'm nuts or I'm the worst business person on the planet? Well, here goes. So get ready. I believe it is my purpose in life to make sure that you succeed. That is why I teach. And so to make certain that you get all 4 of these programs, I'm going to do something that makes little sense from a business standpoint, but a lot of sense from a mission standpoint. And because we still have all of our operational and marketing costs to cover, I'm only able to do this for those of you who click the button below and register right now. Are you ready? Here it is. For those of you who register right now, if you get just one course, just one, I will buy you the other 3. You heard me right. You get one of the programs for only $9.95, and I will gift you the other 3 full-on programs. So go ahead and click the register button now. And remember, you're going to get all 4 programs, which live would run you about $15,000. And even online would be $6,000 for only $9.95 for everything. Great or great. My friends, if you have ever been waiting for a break or an opportunity to come your way, this is it. This is a new chance for you. I am buying you 3 of the 4 programs here. So there's nothing that you can lose. In fact, I'm going to make sure there's nothing you can lose. I'm going to give you a rock solid guarantee. For a full 60, how many? 60 days. You can listen to any of the courses. You can study them. You can and should use them. See the results in your own life. And for any reason, if you aren't thrilled, first, I'll have my coaches help you complimentary. Second, if you follow our instructions and for some reason you're still not getting the results you want, you know what? We're just going to give you all of your money back. Now, I highly doubt this is going to happen because I have had thousands of students take these programs and virtually no one ever asks for their money back. You know, want to know why? Because they're seeing that they're starting to get rich. That's why. But not just financially, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually too. You know what? Success, if you haven't noticed, success has an interesting way of making you feel better about yourself and your life. Yes or yes. And that's why I highly recommend for you to click and register now and take advantage of my 3-course gift to you. You know, I promise you with this knowledge, you're going to be in shock as to how quickly your life can go to an entirely new place. A place where money is the least of your worries, good or good. I mean, I want you to imagine that for just a moment, just a second here. Imagine, how would you feel if money was never a problem or a concern for you again? How would you feel if you had enough money that none of your life decisions was based on money anymore? How would you feel if you could give your family the life you really want them to have? And how would you feel if you had so much money you could give away a ton of it and make a massive difference for people and organizations that you really care about. You know what? I can tell you from experience, it is amazing. It's liberating. It is total freedom. And to me, that's what it's all about. Being free. Having the freedom to spend your time and energy doing what you want instead of what you have to do. For those of you who don't know me, I've said this before, freedom is my highest value. And that's why it's the ultimate goal of all of my programs, to teach you how to set yourself up so that you live free for the rest of your life. That's a blessing. And I hope you finally make the decision to learn what you need to learn to make this happen. So please, give yourself a chance. Give yourself this gift and register now. And you know what? I know some of you might be saying, Harv, that's all good for you, but you don't know me. I'm not like you. I don't have the gift that you have. I don't have the, okay, I understand. I got what you're saying. I don't buy it, but I got it. I understand where you're coming from, because you know what? I used to think like that when I was not doing very well. That's a nice way to put it. Let's get this straight. I'm going to give you the exact knowledge, the exact methods, the exact step-by-step strategies, and the exact fill-in-the-blank templates that brought me in over $500 million. And let's say, for whatever strange reason, you don't get the same results that I did and continue to do. Okay, so what if you only do half of what I did? No. Make that a quarter of what I did. Not sure? What about just 10%? So using the exact same knowledge and methods and systems that I used and continue to use, you only do 10% of what I did. How much would that be? Well, only $50 million. Only $50 million. I feel sorry for you. Only $50 million. How are you going to live? But Harv, I'm totally not confident in what I can do. I'm totally not confident in what I can learn. And if you must know, I've been a total disaster and I never succeeded at anything. What if I'm not even able to do 1/100th of what you did? That means for every dollar I earn with these strategies, you only earn 1 cent. 1 cent. That, my friends, would still be a measly, crummy, paltry $5 million. So are you going to tell me that investing $9.95 to learn to earn $500 million or $50 million, or if you're kind of sleeping, $5 million is a lot in comparison? Because if you are, then I love you. But as a mentor, I'm going to have to tell you that unless you make a massive change in the way you think about yourself, your money, and your life, you're going to have a very tough time succeeding. Why? Because your fear-based can't-do mind is overtaking your can-do mind. And that, my friends, is your biggest problem. So, let me finish by saying this. I understand that you don't have to do this. I mean, chances are that you're not homeless, and chances are that your life is okay. But let me ask you this. Is that how you really want to live? At the end of your life, do you want to say your life was just okay? I don't think that's you. You see, I believe there's no accidents in the universe. And if you are on this web class, and if you are still listening, there is a reason. And the reason is that you are meant for more. More success, more freedom, and more happiness for you and those that you care about. And the reason I'm so passionate about this and I'm so adamant is because, again, your success is my mission. And so I ask for your trust. Let me help you succeed. Let me show you how to do it in a way that will save you years and years of struggle and frustration. See, I believe I went through that, all of that, so that you wouldn't have to. So again, do yourself and your loved ones a huge favor. Get the rare knowledge that's in these courses and finally become the success you've always wanted to be. Either way, I want to acknowledge you for taking your time and your energy to be in this class. I sincerely hope that you learned several valuable lessons, and it would be my honor and my privilege to continue to serve you. Bless you, and goodbye for now.